assist with the Virginia Council on Women. And so they have, it's the 11th, right? It was the 11th annual STEAM H essay contest. And so I got to present. Um, Actually, I got to tell them how much money they got this year. And that was so exciting. I think I'm allowed to keep saying it. It's public. It should be public knowledge now, right? So it was a presentation, and these amazing young ladies from all across the state of Virginia, and there are 10 of them, 10 regions, 10 winners, and they wrote in their essays, and oh my God, they were so amazing. Like, to hear some of their stories. One of the young ladies had a very similar experience to one that I had, so my heart went out to her in ways that I cannot explain. She was discussing how one of her teachers, it's her teacher, basically told her that college wasn't for her. And she said some other things that were crazy, especially in 2022. And when I reflect, if you've heard my story before, I talk about the fact that back in, when was I in middle school? In middle school? I don't even know the math. 1982, maybe? That sounds about right. So in 1982, that sounds about right. 1982, here she is in 2022, and we're having the same story. Does anyone else think that's ridiculous? So for me, it was a guidance counselor, which is why I think it's the most heinous. So we were going in for standard checkup with guidance counselor, and I was a geeky, kid. If the principal called me in, it was to say hello. It was never to say what a bad thing I was doing. And so I had no expectations of anything other than, good job, Shirley. Yeah, right? And so, but I went in, and the guidance counselor told me that I should not be planning to go to college. I should consider a trade. And it was devastating. Like, it had a massive effect on me. So like for months after that, I didn't do so well in school. Like, I was really, I did okay. But I didn't apply myself for like a long time after that. I finally had to like shake myself and get it together and realize that I couldn't allow this person to impact my future. But it was damaging. And worse yet, I never talked about it. I never even told that story until maybe a year or two ago was the first time I ever told the story. And that was because I was participating in, oh my God, what's the name of it? It's this amazing thing where Black women and white women exchange social media. And I did the project here. And so I told the story because I can't imagine that there was any, Caucasian counterpart who would ever experience what I experienced, especially when I was an A student and doing so well and so engaged and so involved and so clearly prepped for the road to college, and to be told that. It was rather devastating. And I think it's part of the reason, I said before, I think it's part of the reason that I became a mentor and so active and engaged in other young people's lives, to make sure that they had someone who was always cheering for them and not tearing them down, especially when that someone is supposed to be the person helping you.